Hello viewers, I'm SB, and this is Signs of the Sojourner. Signs of the Sojourner is a game about relationships and family and conversation, and just sort of the way that our interactions with other people shape both them and us. And I've been having a great time with it so far, I'm really into it. Before we get into the video proper, there's a couple of pieces of business we have to address. First of all, right here at the top of the video, I want to say this is a sponsored video. So thank you very much to Echodog Games, the developer, for the sponsorship. And secondly, the people at Echodog Games were kind enough to give me an extra copy of the game to give away. So here's how we're going to handle that. If you look in the description of this video down below, you'll see a link to our subreddit. In the subreddit, there's going to be a thread for the giveaway. All you have to do is comment in that thread if you want a chance to win the game. And 48 hours from when this video posts, I'll do a random drawing of all the people who have commented in the thread, and the winner will get a Reddit PM from me containing a Steam key for both the game and the soundtrack, which I also like a great deal. Alright, without further ado, let's get in here. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. So we're opening the video here at home in the town of Bartow. A flock of mourning doves bunch up on a dormant power line, bending it beneath their weight. Little scuffles break out, miniature avian dramas raining down feathers. The road calls. So the form this game takes is a series of journeys out on the road, where we go out to the surrounding towns and communities. We pick up local crafts and homemade food and stuff, and we bring it back to our family's shop in Bartow to sell. So you can see one trip has occurred already. I figured we tend to be pretty mechanics focused around here, and I wanted to start this video deep enough into the game to give you sort of a representative sample of what the gameplay is actually going to be like, and also to see the mechanics beginning to grow more complex, but not so deep in that we get any like major storyline spoilers. Hopefully this will be a good depth for that. So, in 44 days, there's going to be a Roadhouse show, and we need to be back in Bartow with whatever we intend to sell by that time. In addition, we've had some conversations with some people here in town. A guy we know called Samuel needs roasted nuts from Clifton, and our best friend Elias needs a musical instrument of some kind. It doesn't seem to matter which kind. He really just wanted something to play music with. So we can see Clifton is pretty close to the start of the caravan route. And with that, I think we can just get out on the road. Oh, yes, also, we met a guy in Pachinko on the first trip out called Tomas, who invited us to his art show, so it does seem like it would be awfully rude to miss that. We should probably go with the caravan to Pachinko at first here. So if we click around, you can see it would take us 3 days to drive to Clifton. Each one of the little dots represents a day of travel. We'll wrap around. We'll follow the caravan that far. So Tomas has an art show, and it would be awfully rude of us not to go at this point, I think. I really love all of the aesthetics of this game, the art and the music, and just like the pacing of it. It's such a chill experience. So in Pachinko, the streets are rowdy with celebration. Parents corral their children around dynamic sculptures. Old friends collide into spontaneous talks. Dog tails wag with the velocity of fan blades. Is it always like this around here? This is kind of a silly question, because we were here on a previous trip, and we know that it is not, in fact, always like this. So, this is Tomas. We can see here from this dialogue bubble, he has logical and diplomatic and empathetic and observant things to say. This isn't just character information. This is important mechanical stuff. The primary mechanics of gameplay in this game are a card game that abstractly represents the conversations that you have with people. This is telling us he has lots of triangle and circle cards, which are going to be important. That's going to be important information, as you'll see here in a moment. So Tomas is here because he's working a show opening, his own. Pachinko locals float in and out of the small open-air space where Tomas exhibits his paintings. His artwork attracts curious observers, but his nervousness repels them. I know we're almost strangers, but do I have food stuck in my teeth? I can't find a mirror. Oh, please don't ask me questions. Everyone keeps asking me questions that I don't know the answers for. So, here's our conversation. You can see at the top of the screen, this little bar indicates what we have to do to have a pleasant interaction, basically. Every time we complete a sequence of cards by matching the rightmost symbol on the rightmost card with the new card that we play to its right, we get one of these little white dots. Anytime we mismatch the symbols, it destroys the sequence and we get a black dot. If we hit 2 white dots before we hit 3 black dots, it will be a successful interaction. If we hit that 3rd black dot before we finish both the white dots, it's going to be very awkward. And as a person who suffers from somewhat severe social anxiety and has a very hard time talking with strangers, there are things about the way the mechanics of conversation are abstractly represented in this system that very much speak to me. So in addition to just the symbols on the cards, some of the cards have abilities. Like we can play this empathetic and observant reconsideration and just completely redraw our hand. But I think we're going to throw down this accommodate. Playing an accommodate, you can see there's a symbol sort of glowing on the right side of the card. Playing this accommodate will form an accord. Anytime that you and your conversational partner both play a card that has the same symbol on both sides of it, you create an accord. You found some common ground. You've sort of built some structural integrity into your interaction. The accord prevents the next mismatch from destroying the sequence. It makes it as though it did not happen. So that makes me feel a lot more comfortable. Here, we'll drop this. Hopefully he has a triangle. Okay, cool. So it's a cooperative card game. Your conversational partner wants to have a good interaction with you. It's just sometimes it doesn't quite work. This is going pretty smoothly because Tomas is all circles and triangles, and our deck is mostly circles and triangles as well. But there are, I believe, 5 different symbols, and so as your deck morphs over the course of the game, you sort of have to build into being better at interacting with different kinds of people. Oh, why does anyone do an art show? Why do people run galleries? Everyone's just staring in silence. Have you ever seen a truck? They're impossible to draw. If you mess up the proportions... Oh, you have a truck. Oh. He should know that. How does he think we got here? Alright, let's... Oh no, accommodate would be real bad here, because it would be a triangle on the left side. I guess we'll just go ahead and throw our redraw. You can see we have our card that has diamonds on it, not super good in this interaction. Okay, this I like. So this card here, Clarify, can be inserted in between other cards in the interaction. We saw him play a Clarify earlier. It doesn't really matter too much here, but that should make things real easy for him. Oh, please, take a painting with you. I can't look at it. You're my best friend right now. My mentor bought a piece. Marcus. It was nice. She scares me. You bond with Tomas about the difficulties of new ventures. Sharing your own troubles sparks looks of recognition from him. He's grateful for your visit. So we attended his art show, we made a friend, and also we got a painting to sell. And then, every time you finish an experience with somebody, you can take one of the cards that they played and replace one of your existing cards with it. I like Clarify quite a bit, so I think we're going to drop something for it. I'm a little leery of losing too many triangles. We could replace an Accommodate, I suppose. I really like Accommodate, because Accommodate makes it so easy to create accords. I think we'll go Clarify over this. Yeah. Hopefully that's not gonna make it too hard for us to deal with triangle people. Oh, and here is, I have no idea how her name should be pronounced, by the way. That was a total guess. So, the overall plot of the game is that we're doing this thing. We're driving with the caravan because our mother, who used to do this, who used to run the shop and run the caravan route and bring things back for the shop, has died recently. And there have been a couple of hints from people on the road, and particularly Nadine, the leader of the caravan, that there are some things about our mother that we did not know, that we are likely to learn if we keep talking to people out on the road. So there is an overall plotline that I'm very interested to see resolved here. My suspicion is this probably won't be directly involved with that. There's an outdoor art show in the square with a well-to-do crowd in attendance. Your dusty attire raises eyebrows as you browse. Stopping to study an oil painting of an abandoned city, you're suddenly aware of being studied yourself. Oh, don't mind me. I can't help but relish the sight of new faces around Pachinko. My name is Marquez, maybe, and this lovely little show is all my doing. So, is that piece your favorite? Okay, well, I don't know anything about art. Alright, I like this. A nice early observe, so we can reveal her hand. Oh, she's all circles and triangles, too. And you can see it'll remember any of the cards she was holding when we first saw her. So she's all circles going into triangles. Well... I mean, that's not exactly rocket science there. And then we have a preparation card here. So we know she wants us to have a circle on the right side. Yeah, let's pull this next. Unfortunately, we've left ourselves in kind of a position here. We gotta hope one of her recent draws is a triangle on the left. Well, it's a favorite of mine. I commissioned it myself, in fact. I'm impressed. To pick this particular piece out of all the others, you must have a keen eye for art. Did you know it's of an actual place? That's Hara, a grand old city, long since abandoned. Intriguing, yes? Hara holds special significance for the Circle. Oh, and apparently we remember our mom talking about Hara at some point. Well, that's interesting. I don't know what she means by the Circle. That might be, that might be interesting information. Oh, you haven't heard of the Circle? Your attire does suggest you've been spending time under a rock. But no matter, you're here now, and it's no accident. You see, I too have keen eyes for talent. She's getting a little overly familiar for my taste. Alright, let's extend that accord. Well, this is a little unfortunate. Here, let's redraw. So, the accord will protect us from this mismatch. You can see it'll break, but it keeps the sequence intact. Okay, cool. The Circle is a discrete group of fellow visionaries who understand the importance of art. We are what sets Pachinko apart from lesser towns. No art means no vision, no future. Those are the makings of a dead, sterile civilization, just like Hara here. You agree, don't you? Yes, I can tell. Yeah, that's cool. Just let her take the lead here. You know, I have a good feeling about you. I don't mind saying you remind me of an old friend, and the Circle is always looking for new friends. Okay, well this is a little awkward. Please show me... Yeah. So, there's a really good time to have a clarify. Yep, and then we'll just use the other clarify. And that got a little close at the end there. I guess we had the duplicate, so it would have been fine. Alas, I really must be running along now, but please, have some wine. Consider it a welcome gift. Don't be shy. I always provide far more than my guests can drink. No need to thank me now. I'm sure we'll talk again soon, won't we? Okay, that went a little intimidatingly, but basically fine. Marquez seems to know more than she lets on, but she wasn't kidding about the wine. The crate of red wine is almost too heavy to carry back to the truck, and she let us know about something. Wine bottled in Romina, but given to you in Pachinko. Okay. Interesting. So do we actually want to change things up? You actually don't have the option of not taking a card, but we can just replace an existing card with an exact duplicate. Alright, Nadine is checking in with caravan members and does not have time to talk to me right now, apparently. We did have an interaction or two go awkward with her during the first caravan, so I wonder if that's had an effect here. The developers have said that there are a bunch of different endings, and that the way the individual conversations go that does matter a lot for which ending you get. So I wonder if I screwed something up earlier. All right, well I think it's probably about time we get driving on. We got a date in Clifton. So you can see up here, Day 7 has a black rectangle around it. That indicates that when we hit Day 7, we're going to take on a fatigue card. I think we'd better head up to Clifton, so we need those roasted nuts. But that fatigue card's going to be a bit of a bummer. It's a breathtaking place when a dust storm isn't kicking up. So that puts a card in our deck that has no symbol on both sides. It is a huge pain. On this visit, there's more time to observe the distant beauty around Clifton. The rows of sheer cliff faces, portraits of sedimentation built through centuries. Must be why so many rooftops here have chairs and tables. Okay, we met Alexis earlier and bought some roasted nuts from them on the last journey. They seem to be in some state of distress. Few goods remain in Alexis's stall. You'd think they had a wildly successful sale, if not for their dour demeanor, hunched over in a wicker chair, rolling a walnut back and forth between their palms. Ah, keep away, my friend, or my bad luck will spread. I'm afraid my stall has been robbed. It's a very dramatic way of expressing that. Yes, it's true. Okay, well that's a bummer. Ooh, wow, bad draw. So yeah, this fatigue card, not only will you get a mismatch when you play it, but it will destroy the interaction, right? And then it will set itself as the leftmost card, and the next card played after it will cause another mismatch. So you have to be very careful with these. Mostly what you want to do is redraw when one comes up. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything but this here. Show me something a little better. Please, come on, I'm in distress here. Yeah, that's my bad, Alexis. You gotta forgive me, I'm exceedingly awkward. Okay, not bad, and I believe that'll carry that accord over to the beginning of the next interaction. However could such a thing happen, you ask? Well, I am much too trustworthy, and I know the culprit, Klaus. God, yeah, I really like the music in this game. In fact, I know her so well, I know she's fled to the desert oasis. But do not think of justice, my friend. Apparently we've heard of the desert oasis before. The road to desert oasis is long, too long. I'd never advise travel there, and certainly not on my behalf. Okay, but we now do know the road, so we could go there. We'll see. This is better. I think we'll throw down a duplicate here. And then, there we go. In any case, the damage is done. Everyone in Clifton knows I've been robbed. That's all that matters. Around here, to be stolen from is an ill omen, and bad luck spreads. You're the only one willing to talk to me. Well, that seems awfully superstitious. Ooh. Oh, there's nothing anyone can do for me. Okay, that's not a great start. We'll be alright. I really wish we could see Alexis's hand right now. I don't know what to put in my hand. Well, it's certainly not the fatigue. Let's take the accommodate. Yeah, actually, right now, if Alexis were to play a card with a triangle on the right side, it would be real bad for us. Okay, everything's fine. That one also got a little close. Worry not for me. Yes, this is only an obstacle. My customers are the true victims, deprived of delicious nuts. And then we're all just gonna not comment on that. You sit with Alexis for a while, listening to their worries. They seem grateful for the company at a time when Clifton has shunned them. And Alexis's thief is suspected to have fled to Desert Oasis, which is a place that I don't even know if I knew about before. Maybe we should take more cards that have triangle on the left side. We actually... Boy, what would we lose, though? And it really, like, it's tough. Because your deck is only 10 cards, like, I think these decisions are legitimately quite difficult. It might be the case that 2 accommodates is too many, because it's bad when your opponent... I've been playing the wrong kind of card games for too long. It's bad when your conversational partner plays anything other than a double. We probably don't need 2 of them. Let's do this. I really love forming those accords, but... Okay, so let's move on. We're gonna pick up another fatigue card pretty soon. Our deck is gonna keep getting weaker as we get grumpier and grumpier. What's the caravan timing here? Caravan will make it to Bucum, Bora, and it'll be there from day 11 through day 13. How long would it take us to drive out to Desert Oasis? So they would be leaving Bucum, Bora as we arrive here. Ooh. People in Desert Oasis are direct and forceful. We don't have any squares in our deck at all. I mean, I don't want to just leave Alexis in the lurch. Oh, Matilda offered to read my fortune next time I was in Bucum too. I kind of want to have that interaction. But if we don't interact with people who are direct and forceful, we will never learn to handle that, right? We'll never pick up any cards that have squares on them, unless we have conversations with people who have square cards. I think this is a really cool blend of mechanics and theme. There's a lot of neat ideas in this game. I think we're going to go to Bucum. If Alexis didn't ask us to go to Desert Oasis, I want to have the conversation with Matilda. I mean, I guess we could just come back and do it ourselves. We don't have to go with the caravan. Yeah, alright, let's go check out Desert Oasis. My suspicion is we're going to have a rough go of it here. But I can't handle the suspense. I gotta know what happened. Oh wow, it's nice here. Alexis's vague directions bore fruit. Toward the rising sun, toward the long expanse, until the shimmering desert air reveals a resort hidden in a sea of dunes. Travelers from centuries past must have felt relieved to find this place. So, Klaus, she's watching travelers walk past, and she's easy for us to talk to. Let's do this. We'll chat with that other guy afterward. Finding Desert Oasis was the hard part. Klaus, on the other hand, stands out like a sore thumb. A living, breathing person in an environment where other life conceals itself inside vast red dunes. She makes no effort to run. Hey, Klaus, what the hell? Ah, so that merchant found help, did they? Worry not, I have no weapons on my person, nor do I intend to flee. Okay, well that's good. We need to be careful here, though. A single mismatch kills the sequence. Well, this would seem to be a pretty good time to form an accord, then. Boy, I just have no idea. Yeah, give me Observe. Observe would be really nice to have. Okay. Please tell me you have a circle? Okay. I wish we could have ended that on a circle so that we'd be able to play our Observe, though. I don't owe you an explanation. Groveling, indeed, is beneath me. What I feel in this moment is bewilderment. Okay, that's a weird reaction to the situation we're in. But also some euphoria, to be sure. It is riveting to be chased. Don't you feel it too? Some excitement? I mean, even heroism? I'll be honest with you, not really. Oh, this is bad. Well, I guess we just whiff. Am I allowed to clarify, like, this? Nope. You can't slide it in before the first card in the sequence? Yeah. Well, that's a shame. You traveled so far, and for what? You reach an impasse with Klaus. There's no authority around Desert Oasis. Only the thief herself can be petitioned, and she is not convinced. Well, that's a real shame. We drove a long way out of our way to have that happen. And we got totally beat there by the fact that we don't have enough cards that have triangles on the left side. This is only going to get harder as we open up more symbols. I wonder if we'll eventually have more control over our deck. Or it may just be that you can't build yourself to be good at pleasing everybody, which is a valuable real-world lesson. I kind of want to... I think we'll just keep our deck the same. I was thinking it would be cool to have double triangle, but honestly, if we were going to pick up double triangle, it would have been better to just keep the old accommodate, because that's better than double triangle, right? It does the same thing, except it also works in other situations. Alright, well, what about this guy, Theo? A stall outside the resort displays long baskets of colorful dried fruit, tiny identification signs poking up from piles of prunes, apricots, and bananas. It seems unattended, until a loose pile of clothes and hair opens its eyes. Oh, feel free to sample the apricot. Oh, not too much, though. I've got a business to run here. Mouths to feed. Okay, more triangles. Not so good with the triangles. Okay, not a bad start, though. Actually, let's do this for the accord. Uh-oh. Well, that's not great. More triangles? And we'll take... This is going to be rough. So the accord stays strong, but you can lose the cards in between. Yeah, this interaction's just not going to go well. So... we could play our fatigue card just to burn it out of our hand here, but it would give us 2 mismatches. I think the odds are that these clarifies are not going to help us. Here, let's play this for the mismatch, because this will at least put a triangle on the right side of the beginning of the next interaction, which he can probably match. Wait, you don't like fruit? Who doesn't like fruit? That's a fair question. It is hard to believe. Oh. Well, crap. This is gonna go poorly. We should maybe not have come here. Now speak up, buddy. My hearing ain't what it used to be. You have any circles at all? Nope. He was trying. You can see he was distressed by not being able to make a match there. Kids today, they don't know the value of dried fruit. Okay, well, what we learned about Desert Oasis is that it is not a place where we fit in very well. You let Theo get back to his nap, which he indeed does. Maybe he'll be more personable after some rest. But this does give us the ability to pick up some blue, and in fact, not the ability. This forces us to pick up some blue squares. So, we have a question here. Do we want to expand our number of symbols? We're already not even necessarily great at talking to people who just speak in triangles. So we could drop our creative and industrious card to pick up this direct and forceful thing. I think this puts us in kind of a tough spot. I'm going to replace one of these. We have a diversity of conversational strategies, but we're somewhat unreliable. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. So that, I mean, we learned some things, right? Now we know that there's a desert oasis out there and that you can buy fruit and... oof. Caravan's already over to Romina. I mean, we can still have a chat with Matilda. We're going to pick up 2 more fatigue cards on the way out there, though. An older woman reads a worn-out hardcover on a wooden bench. A couple races their bicycles down the lone dirt road. Everyone looks when your truck passes. When there's no caravan around, Bucum Bora returns to normal. I like that there's different text for when the caravan's here and when it's not. And I also really appreciate that they put you in positions where you can fail interactions. I think maybe this is unfair, but I think that there's a temptation to believe when a game has a certain sort of like relaxed, chilled out tone, or it's about certain kinds of subjects, more artistic subjects or less combat focused. There's a temptation to be like, oh, well, it will be very easy for me, a person who's great at video games. But I appreciate that this is still like we're having to make actually difficult choices here, just mechanically speaking, even beyond the narrative layer. So Matilda, what's going on? I've had a real rough day. Matilda sits in front of a tea table, cross-legged on a pillow. Her store is dark, shades drawn, dimly lit only by candles. She opens her eyes to invite you forward. She was very nice last time we were, here. Oh, you're here for matcha. How did I know? The leaves told me. Would you like your fortune told? I would love to have my fortune told, actually. I'll walk you through the ritual. Just take a seat in front of your cup. Go ahead, drink. Leave only a little. Believe it or not, I have read English text before. I know it'd be hard to tell from the way this is going so far. My suspicion is she won't have a lot to play off of if we drop this thing, so let's go this way. Okay, and then, yeah, this seems like a great time for redraw. Although, you know what, let's save the redraw for next time. We'll do this, we'll form the accord. Yeah, and then we'll redraw at the beginning of the next interaction. Isn't that warm? Now sit for a minute. Chill out. Think about your future. All the potential paths ahead. And now, as promised, I'll read the leaves. Ooh, hold on. I don't recognize this symbol. I gotta look this one up, sorry. Okay, so we carry an accord into the next interaction here. Wind, rain, lightning, thunder. Looks like you've got a bumpy ride coming up. A bumpy ride on a boat? Waves dancing along the water. Sounds like fun. Tilda mentioned a place from Mom's Stories, the Wave Dancer. Did she now? That's not exactly what I got from that. Okay, this seems like a great time for a redraw. Okay, well, I mean, let's just, like, continue the accord, right? Well, that was fun. Thanks for letting me tell your future. Careful if you take the direct road to Bartow. It's rarely traveled and not maintained. Oh, I didn't even know there was a direct road before. Lots to think about after such predictions. Well, at least you have some matcha to drink while you dwell over it all, and also some extra matcha to sell. So, pretty straightforward. I think we're not going to change our deck up. Let's just replace what we know with other things that we already know. So it was day 44 we have to be back by. The caravan's in Romina right now. Let's see, what do we want to do? So, last time, the first time we ran out, we just did this real short path. Nadine did not want to take somebody who was on their first caravan trip out toward Old Moray because she said the road was dangerous. So we've not been there, and that does make me sort of curious to go there. Looks like we'd have to get to Romina to even find out, probably. I mean, let's continue on to Allhurst. We certainly don't need to go home just yet. So Allhurst has some creative and industrious people. We have a card for that. Oh, you approach a welcoming rest stop off the side of the road. Travelers sit around sharing stories. Yeah, I don't see any reason not to join them. One woman entrances the group with a story of a massive dust storm outside Clifton. You listen and learn, preparing for the road ahead. Choose a card to gain a single-use accord. Oh, that's neat. How about this one? Because right now we don't see a lot of squares. So being able to play that card in an interaction and not have it blow everything up would probably be a good idea. And I guess I could have replaced that with the card we got from Matilda. I sort of want to have a square, though. Central Plaza in Allhurst bustles with families out enjoying the weather, weavers and rug makers in their open-air workshops, and old folks playing cravar in the shade. Bartow only gets a couple days a year this mild. Salem is in high spirits, and he whistles a jaunty tune. Alright, Salem, let's have a chat. Salem waves you over. Despite his friendly demeanor, you can't help but notice a sly glint in his eyes. Oh, I take it you've met Tosuto, the pernicious pickle purveyor of Allhurst? My condolences. He fancies himself my competition, despite his primitive method and product. Don't believe me? Taste the difference yourself. We do have, we picked up some kimchi from someone on the first trail. I'm assuming that's who he's talking about. So I'd really wish that we could see his cards here. We can form an accord, though. And then we have an accommodate. Hey, not bad. What is that? I've never seen that before. Removes all cards back to the last valid match. Oh, okay. So in a situation where you would have a mismatch, you can go back and that's interesting. It just goes to show there's no shortage of character here in Allhurst, I suppose. What do you think is all over his... Is this pickle juice? What's going... I only use fresh organic vegetables in my product, all responsibly sourced from local farmers. Meanwhile, that Tosuto pickles literally anything, and I do mean anything. Alright, well, we're in a little bit of an awkward spot here. I think this is probably a pretty good time for an automatic accord plus redraw. Okay, bad news. Well... Did he have... I can't remember. Was he triangle and diamond? Or circle and diamond? Let's, Here, if we're gonna mismatch, let's at least see his hand. Okay, he's circles and diamonds. That's not great. I suppose there's no accounting for taste. My dude, you gotta stop playing diamonds. Oh, I've been known to be a touch overeager, especially when it comes to fermentation methodology. Yeah. Bummer. That's a bummer, my dude. Well, we kinda blew it. Must I apologize for having passion? You ought to take the long road to Anka, or anywhere but here. Okay, well that's a little... I wonder if we'd had that, if we'd had a completed sequence there, if we'd gotten a concordant result, I wonder if he still would have told us about that road. A healthy rivalry can be good for business, but healthy might not be the best way to describe Salem's staunchly anti-pickle persuasion. So, I do kind of like this. If we're going to be in a situation here where we're pretty much only good at 2 different symbols and then we have to kind of trick our way through other conversations, do we want our second symbol to be diamond instead of triangle? I mean, the triangle obviously is a lot more common in the areas close to home, but I wonder... I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab this and we're going to use it to overwrite... You know, it's also possible that we're just too circle heavy. Maybe we should take out a circle card. I'm going to cut this, I think. Maybe just putting us in a position where we're not actually good at any conversations. Kind of wish I'd kept the other accommodate. Oh. Suta. Well, this is definitely not a person I had met before. He takes pickles to the Pinnacle. The shelves in Tsuto's store rise almost 20 feet, filled with jars of colorful foods. He waves from a rolling ladder. The supply here could feed a small town for months. I'll pickle anything you can imagine here. Anything. Look at these shelves and call me a liar. That doesn't seem like a very good way to introduce ourselves. Let's go for... I don't really think we need the redraw. We think he's circles and diamonds, so the observe here would probably cost us. Let's just take the redraw, I guess? Or you know what? No, let's do this now. We'll take the redraw afterward. And elaborate. Inherits the right-hand symbol from the previous card. Yo, that's a pretty good symbol. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Well, that being the case, let's just continue pushing that accord along. This guy is certainly easier to get along with. Carrots? Cucumbers? If it fits in a jar, I'll pickle it. It doesn't fit in a jar? Oh, I'll make it fit. It's got a little menacing there at the end. This wasn't my idea, believe it or not. Folks cried out, "Tsuto, sell those amazing pickles!" Yeah, it's just public service, right? Well, this would seem to maybe be a good time for a redraw. Ooh. Not 100% ideal. Maybe he takes us to diamonds off of this? Okay, lovely. I have too much fatigue. Who am I to refuse adoring fans? I'm just giving people what they want, and now I've perfected dozens of flavors. Okay, I'm gonna need you to carry this next little bit here, Tsuto. You know, I came up from nothing. Nothing to my name but a cucumber, a little vinegar, and a dream. Now look at me now. Yeah, look at you indeed. Oh, that was a good draw. Good draw. What a top deck. Okay, well it turns out we get along with the pickle guy just fine. Yep, you're interested, I can tell. Try a couple pickles on the house. Just come back after you fall in love. It's hard to puzzle out what motivates Tsuto beneath all the myth-making. What drives a man to invent the perfect pickle? And you know, sometimes people just get obsessed with things. Alright, we managed to leave Allhurst with something. I think we gotta take this elaborate. Elaborate seems great. So, what do we want to drop for it? It might be a good idea to kill the square. I don't think we can sustain it. Alright, so it's day 27. The caravan's in Old Moray today. We're probably not going to be able to catch up, right? We did get told about the road all the way out to Anka, and we don't know how to get to Old Moray. The thing is, I really want to see the Wave Dancer. I'm curious about this. So maybe we go to Romina in the hopes of... Oh, how far are we from Bartow? Okay, that's not actually that bad. We gotta get back before day 44? If we went to Romina, that's probably as far as we're going, right? What's the trip to Anka look like? Ooh. That makes me nervous. Being all the way out here on day 35, and we probably would make it back, but only probably. I don't think we can afford to do only probably. Let's hit Romina, and then we'll consider coming back. Oh no, we just got rid of our square. We had to figure out how to get to Old Moray at some point, though. Place is somehow connected to the circle in Pachinko. Yeah, alright, let's go to Romina. Maybe we'll just have a bunch of real bad interactions here, but if we can learn how to get to Old Moray, that may be useful for future journeys. Oh, this place is nice too. I mean, all the art is nice. Yo, that's a robot. Okay, I just learned some things about this setting. Romina lies among the hills, overlooking terraced vineyards and the coast far below. Packs of children run across the crumbling limestone walls around the outer limits, pretending their sticks are ancient swords. Okay, so it's a village where people are sometimes more forceful, but XN220 here is not. He is empathetic and creative, which is a good match for our deck right now. An android walks down a dirt road near Romina, an old model in good condition, besides the fresh mud from toe to knee. Several seconds pass before it senses your presence and initiates conversation. Small wonder no one's smashed it for components. Hello. I don't recognize your facial structure. My memory failed to load your name. Are you here to take me home? I do appreciate, I clicked through it, but I do appreciate that his text actually fills out the bar slower, or fills out the balloon slower than everybody else's. That's a nice little thematic touch. I don't know my location. I've walked for 67 hours, 10 minutes, and 11 seconds. 12 seconds. 13. Okay, we're gonna figure your whole deal out, buddy. Maybe not right off the bat, though. I mean, this doesn't seem like a great time for elaborate. Yes, we're gonna have to take a hit here right away. I'm just debating which thing makes the most sense to do. I guess let's feed him a circle. Maybe he can do better than we did here. Where are you located? Okay, good. Thank you. Let's elaborate now. We'll hold on to the reshuffle. Okay, that's good. We're going to be able to start the next bit with an accord then. I was near Old Moray in the past. An air conditioner named Gull turned me around. Now I walk. This road is Error Miles. It contains mud and blue-browed finches. The blue-browed finch feeds on fruit. Okay, so we do know how to get to Old Moray now. That's helpful. Please categorize yourself. The following categories are valid. Flower, door, opossum, locket, fire hydrant, other. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick other on that one, my friend. Let's, I mean, do we want to backtrack? We could just do this and form an accord here, right? Oh, and in fact, we're gonna be cool all the way through to the end of this one. Well, there you go. It's good we picked up all those diamonds. Loading data. I'm XN220. Hello. You're a truck driver. Thank you for the correction. Are you a friend? Well, I'd certainly like to think so. XN220's model is rarely seen outside of old books and advertisements. It takes patience to converse with it, but its sentences become more coherent as it collects more data. Still, it's unclear where this android considers home. Well, it sounds like it might have been run out of its home by an ornery air conditioner. I mean, there's no reason to keep this card. We can just replace it with that, right? Unless we thought we wanted a third double diamond, which I can't imagine. Okay, we got something of value out of that. It's day 30. We might even have time to go to Old Moray. XN220 seemed to recognize Mom's locket. Ah, we are carrying our mother's old locket. So, day 39. So it's 39, hold on. It's day 30 now, so it's 9 days travel back right now. If we move out to here, there's no way we make it back by day 44, right? Yeah, okay. Old Moray is a consideration for next time. I think we should probably head back now. Plus, I don't know how much more fatigue we can afford to take on. Yeah, I think it is time to go back. Sadly, we didn't find a musical instrument, did we? Bork. Swedish chef? As Barto appears up ahead, along the horizon, a stray mutt runs into the... Oh, dog, right. A stray mutt runs into the middle of the road. You hit the brakes and honk your horn, trying to scare it to safety, but it doesn't run. Nope, dog's too eager to be friends with the truck. Oh, that's the best dog noise you're ever going to get out of me. Okay, so the dog's very patient with us. He's willing to tolerate a lot of mistakes. A dog's love matches all symbols. That's adorable. Show me your hand, little dude. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. It was going to be all good stuff. So the only way I could screw this up is by being so fatigued that I can't even put up with this nice dog. I guess I could insert cards in inappropriate places. I could lose this if I really wanted to. I'm still a little disappointed that he didn't turn out to be the Swedish chef, though. There aren't enough games with Muppets in them. The Mutt hops into your passenger seat and looks at you with love in his eyes. Guess you have a new companion. You call him Thunder, and he doesn't mind. Spending time with Thunder makes you feel less fatigued. Oh, that's going to be really helpful, actually. Also, who doesn't want to have an adorable dog around? The more you return home, the less it feels like home. The birds learn new songs, the roads play tricks on you, fresh dramas become ancient history. Everyone lives their lives without you, the same way you lived without them. And our buddy Elias comes running up when our truck comes in. So Elias we're very, very close with him. It seems like our mother raised him too. We've basically been together all the time since childhood. What's going on, Elias? I have bad news. Elias drums his knuckles on your window before you've even unbuckled your seatbelt. Hopefully that little composition means he's prepared for the Roadhouse performance. Yeah, hopefully. Now you found an instrument, right? I'm not screwed? This recorder sounds so bad. Yeah, he has like a crappy grade school plastic recorder. We might have to improvise a little bit there, friend. Okay, let's do one of those. Okay, that's actually really handy. That was a good time for you to have an accommodate. Elias is very accommodating. Again, I really like the way the themes and the mechanics play together. I think this is a very cleverly designed game. You didn't find any instruments? Not even a cheap guitar? Oh, this is bad. This is so very, very bad. You could ham bone? Well, I have become pretty awesome with the recorder. I mean, relatively. We'll see. Yeah, let's just extend that accord a little bit. And now we got a situation. Show me your hand. Okay. All circles and triangles, that, Elias. You owe me. Not only are you coming to the Roadhouse, but you gotta cheer the whole time. Louder than the booze. Okay, that's a big task. Elias looks devastated. Hopefully he can pull off a miracle with that recorder. He'll just have to make do. You know what? I think I do want to take on an accommodate. I think I was a fool to get rid of the previous accommodate. The question is, what do we overwrite with it? We have 3 double circle cards, which is probably too many. Do I want to lose a clarify or an observe? To be perfectly honest with you, I think it's a clarify. I'm pretty sure this is just me undoing a change that we made earlier this episode, but I think I was wrong to do it. Alright, well, let's unpack the truck and rest before the next trip. And also, we gotta deal with that Roadhouse thing. Okay, so we only picked up a handful of new things. Let's hope they sell. Alright, just take a little bit of time off and watch all that fatigue melt away. Oh, poor Elias. Oh no, it's not good. Well, I can't help but feel partially responsible for this. I wonder if we had stuck with the caravan, we could have gone out to Old Moray. I wonder if we would have found an instrument there. You and Samuel make up half the crowd at the Roadhouse show, much to Elias's relief. Yeah, see, sometimes things turn out alright, so it looks like the painting didn't sell. I mean, that's fine, it's a pretty painting, we can just keep it. While picking up groceries, Samuel couldn't stop raving about the quality of spices from Tosenda canals. Okay. And then somebody bought the pickles. The properly prepared pickles were popular with the paranoid purchaser. This dude came in after the first caravan trip, raving about conspiracy theories. I don't remember what he bought, but it's nice to see that they, like, keep characters consistent from trip to trip. And wine bottled in Romina. The day laborer bought the red wine for date night with his husband. Wasn't that sweet? Home is a comfort zone. It's a lot like a favorite old sweater. You know exactly what to expect, and that makes it comfy, but you can't wear it forever. It's time to hit the road. Well, before we hit the road, let's chat with these people. And we're not actually going to go out on the next trip here. We'll have these conversations and then probably call it there. What's up, Elias? Elias knocks on the window of your store. He looks wound up about something. The second you open the door, he immediately starts in. Okay, just hear me out. Since you went off route last month, do you really think you need the caravan still? I mean, what if Nadine's just holding you back? Yeah, it's very clear that Nadine knows a lot of things about our mother, though, and maybe I should stick to the caravan in the future just so that I can learn those things. Well, I mean, this is going smoothly. I'm concerned that might cease being the case soon, though. Well, you know your way around now. You're a free spirit. The world's your oyster. Carpe diem, yeah. Okay, I also don't like Nadine. Yeah, that's something that was clear from previous interactions. You miss out on all kinds of stuff if you travel someone else's path, and that could affect the store's success. And he's talking here, directly he's talking about the caravan, but also very clearly about Mother's path, right? Well, let's hit him with the elaborate first. Yep, so that we can reshuffle away the maximum number of inappropriate cards. Man, and elaborate actually allows you to form accords through it and stuff. Elaborate seems super good. I mean, the reopening's gone well so far. Things can only go uphill from here, right? No, I do not believe that at all, actually. Like, Pachinko's about to hold the Festival of Colors, and it starts after the caravan leaves. Yeah, so it seems clear that there's going to be a significant amount of replay value here that's just like, you could try to see all of the things you had to miss before, because the travel timings are tight enough that you will not be able to see most of the stuff. It's so easy to get along with Elias, I really appreciate that. Look, whatever you do, just be careful. I bite my nails to pieces while you're gone. You gotta think about my nails. Elias wishes you well on your journey. Glad you took the time to hear him out, and hoping you'll heed his advice. As the two of you part ways, he nervously glances down at his fingers. Okay, and he told us about the Festival of Colors. So yeah, maybe we'll take a different route out there. Do we want to pick up another accommodate? Because we could drop one of the... no, backtrack seems so powerful, though. Accommodate's really good. I think I'm going to choose not to change anything for right now. Like, we still need cards that actually have triangles on the left side. Yeah, I think I'm afraid to mess with the balance that we have at the moment. Alright, what does Nadine want? She's sitting there stirring a bowl of noodles. Nadine voraciously chows down on a bowl of Samuel's noodles as she studies her roadmap, making notes about the upcoming excursion. You didn't manage to complete the route last time. I warned you it'd be difficult. You think you're ready this time? It's good to see the store doing well, too. Okay, she has very little patience for me, unfortunately. I wonder if this would be different if we had gone with her on the caravan route. Okay, let's just re-accord. Ooh, that's a good card. And then, yeah, here we just need, like, anything. Now, you know coming with us is the best way to keep up the store. But you might miss some stuff if you stick with us, festivals and such. Like in Old Moray, they ruin a peaceful activity like fishing by making it into a competition. Your call, but make it quickly. We're heading out soon. The two of you sit in silence, eating noodles and, quite literally, pondering the road ahead. And also figuratively, pondering the road ahead. This card seems awesome. I mean, I do like a reconsider, but like we can't not take this, right? The only question is, do we replace the prepare or this clarify, maybe? We probably... I don't think I want to lose the reconsider. We have enough situations where it makes sense to throw out a hand. I think I'm going to drop the clarify, maybe? I mean, clarify can be super useful for when somebody does something you don't expect at the end of the line, and you can just go back and... But obviously, it's only good in conversations where circles are the thing, and... I think we're going to replace the clarify... No, we're going to do this one. I'm very torn on that. Ah, and Ramir. Okay, so I had a pretty bad interaction with Ramir that caused him to, like, totally bail off of the caravan during the first trip out. He was trying to convince me to go off somewhere with him, and I botched it, and he got upset and just stormed off, and then Nadine was kind of bummed out, or she seemed upset about the fact that he had just disappeared. I wonder if he's going to make reference to that here. Ramir sits in a tire swing in an empty lot, looking out over Bartow. The house he grew up in used to stand here before the owner died. He's drawing snakes in the dirt with a branch, recognizable by their hissing tongues. No offense, but I wouldn't mind if the caravan just dropped this place from the root, just so I never have to come back here. My uncle, rest his awful soul, he thought I'd be stuck here forever. Fat chance. I'm a restless spirit. The road's my home. He's a little prickly. Well, we're not actually necessarily great at interacting with him, but... Oh, he has squares now. He didn't have squares, but I had not seen squares last time I interacted with him. Well, I think we're just going to push the accord. Okay, we got through one. So triangle and square. He's a tough one for us. But, like, I love the way that you could choose to build your character in such a way that you're good at talking to people who are triangles and squares. And it might make things tricky with some of the people on the road, but, like, Elias would still be good at talking with you because he's so accommodating. And I really I think they've designed something really, really clever here. I do miss the snakes around here. They used to be my best friends. I'd catch them, give them names like Lord Slither. Yeah, Lord Slither was the best. One time he bit my uncle and his ankle swelled up so bad he couldn't walk for a week. Lord Slither does sound like he's the best. You know, I got a bond with snakes, those noble, slithering bastards I relate to most. Wouldn't be the man I am without 'em. Well, don't tell any Harry Potter fans. I don't think our dude has any circles. That's my guess. Oh no, okay. His deck's just complicated. He's a complicated dude. This is a good time for a clarify. Look at that, we're repairing the relationship. Hey, don't let friends or family trap you here. Nothing's worth being stuck somewhere with no future. You have an odd moment of commiseration with Ramir. Maybe he's right about getting out of Bartow. Man. This is a compelling card, huh? Would we drop a double circle card for it? No, it's probably one of the backtracks, right? I'm actually really torn. I like being so good at Diamond. And the people that we've met that are Diamond heavy are people that I personally like. I think they're pleasant to talk to, so we could drop this. I don't know if we want to lose the opportunity to turn Triangle back into Circle. I think we should probably try to maintain ways of turning stuff back into Circle because our deck is so Circle heavy. Or I suppose we could just change that. Maybe we don't need 3 cards that are double circle. We have the 2 accommodates already, and it's like Clarify versus Reconsider. If we're going to drop one of them, it's probably the Clarify. I really like having the Reconsider. Yeah, I'm going to do this. We're making ourselves a little bit worse at the one thing to try to add some versatility here. And at this point, we would just move on. However, I don't want to take away too much of the joy of exploring this thing for yourself. It comes out tomorrow. That is what's the date? It comes out on the 14th, May 14th on Steam. It's going to be $20. And like I said, if you are interested, if this seems like your kind of thing, there is the giveaway to consider over in the subreddit. So thank you all so much for watching through this. I'm kind of in love with this thing. You know what? Also, throw a comment down below if you would like to see us do a full playthrough of this here on the channel, because I'm kind of thinking that I might be very into that. Like I was saying, though, it's outro time. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, tomorrow, for more different stuff, and maybe sometime in the near future for more Signs of the Sojourner. And we'll see you then.